Going on, ladies and gentlemen? What up, fellas? Y'all know how we started off.
Yes,
We
yes,
always
yes,
gotta take the
yes.
shot. We always gotta take a shot. You know what I mean? We got Jay back in the cut. Cash is here. Let's do this. But for
Oh,
real,
oh,
um, all jokes aside though, this toast is gonna go out to one of my best friends, G out of character stepfather, just passed away 2 days ago. You know what I mean? So this one goes out to him, R.I.P. my brother. I've known that man 20 some odd years, man. He raised my brother from another, you know what I mean? So a shout out to him, you know what I mean? I don't want to start on that type of note, but homie was around. I saw him, you know what I mean, growing up, ages, decades, man. But salute, rest in peace in heaven, brother.
peace, peace, peace. Rest
Salute.
in peace.
Yo, let's get a moment of silence real quick for the homie. God bless. Safe travels on your journey. Peaceful journey. Oh man. All right, man. That's
A
crazy.
lot to
Heavy, but
unpack, man. A lot
let's
to
yeah,
unpack.
lighten it up. Let's lighten it up a little bit. Listen,
Word up.
listen. I want to welcome everyone back to Real Sports Talk, New York's new number one sports talk show. We are the voice of the streets. Allow me to reintroduce myself. It's your boy Cash, and you already know who these gentlemen are riding with me. My boy Jay and my boy Q. What's really good? Holla.
Yo.
It's good to be back. Like
Indeed.
I had the they have the fucking the Ferrari bug is what it's
Mm,
called, where you get like whatever neuro fucking sickness or some shit.
yeah.
But it was rough on the kid. And
Yeah.
it's crazy because at one point it made me question my mortality. I said to
Deep.
myself, like, yo, I'm the fucking I don't get sick.
Wow.
I'm different. I'm built different,
Me too.
but I'm not really built different.
Mm-hmm.
That shit took me down. Like I could not. It was bad.
No.
Yeah,
It was
bro.
bad. I
It was
wasn't
like,
at
yo, you can see it in like the text messages. I'm like, oh, this man is hurting right now.
didn't know
I'm
what to
like, yo.
do. Back and forth to. I never made that many trips to my restroom ever.
It's just, and yo, you know what's crazy? The week before I was out, I was fucked up. I think
Yeah.
Q and us fucked up, and my body been, I've been pumping elderberry and black seed oil and sea
Mm-hmm.
moss into my body for years now. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know, like you said, I don't get sick. Q no, I don't get sick, bro. Like it's very rare. And if I get sick, it's very minute and it's gone immediately. This one, didn't want to leave. This was whatever strain they are. They said, okay, these niggas is taking black
Yeah,
seed oil and
yeah,
elderberry
yeah,
and
right.
ashwagandha root and all this shit. We
Mm-hmm.
gotta step our shit up.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
figure
You
out a
know
way
what
to
I mean?
counteract them
Yeah,
shits.
that's what they did. So
Increase the power on sickness. This was
yeah,
bananas.
turn it up. But
But I'm back. I'm 100% healthy. I
I'm
lost like four and a
back.
half
There
pounds.
we go.
Feels good. Feels
Yo,
good.
absolutely, man. I'm happy to see you back. Q, what's good, man? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm chilling, just work, maintaining, just running around like crazy. My son's birthday and everything else going on, getting ready for vacation coming up in a couple weeks and shit. So, being what it is, right? You're always on the move in New York City, man, right? You can't stop for a minute. Got to find time to play ball and chill with the family and go hang out, have a good time, and
Mm-hmm.
live your life to the fullest, man. That's when what I mean. You get that sick, you're like, damn, man, this ain't me, man. I can't. I'm not me right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow, bro.
All facts. Yo, before we get into the the minutia, um, yo, you want to just should we just announce the deal or whatever we did?
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah,
Yo, I want to shout out the Underdog brand, sports drinks, energy drinks, clothing brand, gym workout brand. We just did a little advertising deal with them, so we're gonna start really exposing their products on our show. We're gonna have some really, really good deals for you. All my workout gym rats, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have deals on some really nice workout gear and some really, really nice all natural energy drinks. And we'll get more into that, but I'm excited about that. It's a nice move for us.
mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? Shout out to Underdog and we'll
Word
have
up.
all the information real soon. But we was gonna talk about it a couple weeks ago, but we finalized it and it's ready to go, man. What y'all think of that?
Excited. That's I'm totally into the workout shit. So
No
this is
doubt.
like that's my lane. So I'm
No
excited,
question.
to have a brand that that's all natural. First of all,
Yeah.
I've never really been big on the energy drinks and
Yeah.
such because of all the different
Yeah.
shit that goes into them can
Mhm.
fuck you up.
A lot
Yeah.
of chemicals.
But after like really looking at their product and reading
Yeah.
up on them, I felt like really good about the move, because
Indeed.
it's something that not only am I going to be able to advertise and talk about, but I'm going to ingest and utilize as well. So
Right.
that's the important part, because I'm not just being a spokesperson for something that I don't actually believe in or use.
Right. And yes, it's on code with us. It's on brand right along with what what we do and what we talk about. So excited. So look for that real quick in the future. Yo, look, man, a lot been going on in the NFL, man. A lot been going on in the NBA. It's my baseball team. Well, my baseball team has been a little lackluster. I thought they'd be making a little bit more moves. The Mets, we might get into that later. But listen, the game of the week last week, right? Watching the playoffs is amazing to me, man, because when the Giants and Jets are out of it, I start to lose a little bit of focus towards the middle of the season. End of the season comes up, especially this year. It was just like, yo, I can't watch this shit on the field, bro. Like, but when the playoffs start, the juices start flowing a little bit. The games mean something. You know what I mean? I'm putting, my parlay game steps up. You know what I mean? And all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to see. You know what I'm saying? And probably the biggest game last week was, obviously the Ravens and Bills. To me, that was almost like, Super Bowl type shit. You know what I'm saying? The two leading candidates for MVP squaring off face to face. Although we know it's definitely more than just quarterback versus quarterback. There's a whole other 53 guys and coaches and OCs and DCs and special teams guys that that go into winning. But the way they market it is Lamar versus Josh, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what, when the season was winding down, that was kind of like the talk. We did a couple of segments on it. Who should win MVP? Lamar, Josh. We threw Saquon in there a little bit, Jared Goff, a couple other guys. But the big guys were like Lamar and Josh. So them facing off in a divisional round was like a really big storyline. And I know the NFL, for marketing wise, loved that. You know what I'm saying? And then also, and it's also like, listen, and we're gonna get into this in a second. We're gonna talk about with Jamel Hill. Jamel Hill is basically saying that society injects race into this MVP Josh Allen versus Lamar shit. And I had to really think about that shit for a minute. And I'm like, yeah, she's right. You know what I'm saying? And I know they call her a race baiter. And I'm not gonna. I don't look. Listen, I don't look at the whole MVP thing race wise, right? You know what I'm saying? Not at all. I was rooting for Lamar versus Josh. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're supposed to be loyal to the soil, I wanted Lamar to get his shit off, because when Lamar loses, they're all over him. When Josh loses, they kind of sweep it under the rug a little bit. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? But I was rooting for Lamar for those reasons only. But let me ask you guys this, man. It had the Apollo versus Rocky feel. It had the, Magic Bird type of feel. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say it's race, rooted in racism. But talking to some of my friends, I have white friends, I have black friends, I have Chinese friends, I'm like, it's a melting pot up in New York City. You're gonna have you're gonna have all the, it's tribalism, of course, but it's ethnic tribalism, but you're gonna have friends outside of your ethnic race most of the time when you live in New York City. And talking to these guys, man, you can see a lot of the white guys kind of rolling with Josh. The brothers is rolling with Lamar. You know what I mean? The Puerto Ricans is over here with Lamar. You know what I'm saying? The other, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna play a clip from her. Then I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think this MVP race is rooted in racism? But let's hear the clip real quick. Here we go.
People have frankly always discussed Lamar Jackson. Why would race suddenly be eliminated entirely from the equation when it comes to this MVP race? Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying if Josh Allen wins the award, it's because he's white and people are racist. I would have zero problem if he won it. But there is a theme here of black excellence being taken for granted. And it's not just limited to sports. And sometimes that excellence is used to deny black folks their due.
Jay, let's talk to your boy, man. What do you think? What do you think about this, man?
It's she elocuted it perfectly. But I think with this particular race, there's three things that are that are being discussed, that are looked at. The first thing is the fatigue factor, because we discussed this.
Mm-hmm.
UQ and I discussed this a couple of weeks ago. That he's won it, a couple of times now, and it's just, are the voters tired of voting for him? Very similar to what you saw with the Michael Jeffrey Jordan back in the day with the amount that he had won. I think he won 5, and then it's just how do we just keep picking the same guy every year? So that's the first part. The second part of it is fanatics. The Bills Mafia has a group of fanatics that are so aggressive that they create a lot of energy surrounding him. And then you have the two fan bases going against one another. So you have the Ravens fan bases and the Bills fan base that are going. I think at not at a distant third, but at a third, you'll see the racism piece start to kick in. Some people don't view Lamar as a quarterback because he doesn't look quarterbacky. I heard that fucking term.
Exactly that. Yeah.
That he doesn't look quarterbacky. But how the fuck should a quarterback look?
Yeah.
How should he look?
I want my quarterback to look quarterbacky.
Yeah.
That's what she said, right?
Because he has twists and a mouthful of fucking gold. What difference does it make? His performance is above and beyond anybody else in the NFL. Anybody. So if you ask me, there is a layer of that that underlies. And Jamel said it there. Like that. A lot of the successes that we have only comes at some type of, you have to like add something to it as a black person. Yeah, it's because of you're adding the running factor to him or whatever it may be. It's just, you can't just say the guy is just the best quarterback in the fucking league and he's the MVP.
Yeah.
Why can't we just say that? Because he has the best
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah.
If you want to go best player on best team, you probably have a better argument because the Bills did win more games, and I hope that they don't use this game that he just lost to Josh as the springboard to. But I think the voting was already in, if I remember.
Yeah, voting's probably already in.
Voting's already in. So whatever it is going to be is going to be. But I think that there is a layer of racism that I don't want to say racism, that race plays a part in this, and I don't think it's racism because I don't think anybody looks at Lamar and says he sucks because he's black. Or he's not good because he's black.
Is he judged different though? Is the scrutiny a little brighter on him than it is when Josh fails? In your opinion?
Oh well, with that part, yes, but that's not really the question though. The question is the MVP piece. If we're talking about just judging him on his regular season performance, yes, the scrutiny might be a little bit more turned up, but he's done himself no favors because he hasn't performed well in the playoffs. That's unfortunate, but that's based on his play. So if we look at it, his shortcomings, we have to look at the playoffs. And in the playoffs, he just hasn't performed.
Mm-hmm.
So if we look at it that way, then but I don't know that that's really race. I think that's just what the fuck we saw on the field. But I think that we have to overachieve as black people and brown people in order to get the same level of adulation that you may see from a 6'5" white quarterback.
Indeed. Well put. Very well put. Q, what we talking about here?
It's just annoying to see like how they always trying to diversify and still cause some type of segregation, even though segregation is over already. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like why can't people just love football and just be like, all right, that dude was the best. Two great quarterbacks, and let's keep it a buck because before I even touch on the other stuff, we could just touch about what the MVP is, right? It's the most valuable player, right, for the regular season. Now, if you put up their stats, even Stevie Wonder can see that Lamar Jackson had a way better season than Josh Allen. The only category that Josh Allen had better was rushing touchdowns, but I didn't think Lamar Jackson was going to rush that many touchdowns when you got the second best running back in the league. To take you down the road. And the second thing is, the Bills won more games. If we want to talk about who won more games now, the Bills, yes, they won a few more games. But you know what else they're in? Probably one of the worst divisions in the AFC East. AFC East isn't that hard. Almost terrible. Almost 75% of the Ravens division almost made it. The Steelers and the Ravens made it. The Bengals almost got in, and the Browns, they didn't. There would have been 3 teams on that whole division that would have made the playoffs, and you telling me he didn't? And that's 6 games.
And the AFC East is even worse.
Like, ain't nobody have a chance to make the playoffs.
The closest team to the Bills is the Dolphins, and they trash. Go ahead.
Yeah, they were in the hunt all
Yeah.
season, like with
Facts.
7 wins. Like, yo, you ain't
Yeah.
catching, you ain't winning
Yeah.
3 games in
Yeah.
2 games in
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Jets had 4
And
fucking wins the whole, so
Patriots is
math
in
is math.
full rebuild for the Pats. You know how that go. You know what I mean?
like, and that's what the voting needs to be. Like, the voting just needs to be like, all right, who benefited, who helped their team and their division and made the most important plays. And man, the stats, you don't have to talk about stats. The dude has a good team, but he also made the right decisions. You know what I mean? You can't just be a bad quarterback and throw 4,000 yards. You know what I mean? You can't be a bad quarterback and throw 40 touchdowns but 5 interceptions or 4 interceptions, whatever crazy shit is. Like, that's wild numbers. And I feel like when you win the Super Bowl, no matter what, I mean, when you win the MVP the year before and you outshine yourself the next year, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna want to win it again. You know what I mean? That's like being like in a corporate company and all right, last year I did this, but this year I did this, so I expect a bigger bonus. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's the only bigger bonus than MVP is winning the Super Bowl, but you know what I mean? I would think that if he was just as valuable in his stats and everything that he did on the field, the leadership and the talent and, making those decisions, being the guy that he is on that field in those crucial moments, playing against the teams that he played in the division that he's in, I think that's what sets the field apart. I think that shouldn't have to really tend to be what the race is. And she touched on a couple of good points because I do agree. And we saw this with Embiid and Jokic. Right, like we saw this with Embiid and Jokic. Like Jokic was just winning it, and it was just reverse. So now we're like, so hold on, wait. But Jokic is over here. He should have won it, but we're gonna give it to Embiid. Like now, why couldn't having and Jokic won it again? Now it's fatigue, but like I don't think at this point it's just whether you're white or black. It's just more of like the fatigue portion. Like now you got to be fair. That's like falling in last place and you still get a trophy when you're in high school. Nah, man. Like yo, you were the worst team, dude. Go get better. Like I don't think people should have that chance to be able to accomplish such a feat when they know they didn't achieve what they should have to overcome, their colleague in the field. You know what I mean? Like we all knew Joker could have won again, and we all know damn sure Lamar could win again. But like she said, I wouldn't be mad if Josh Allen won. But
I would be mad.
I wouldn't be distraught. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a fan of either of the teams. But more point, I would just be a little bit upset and disappointed on the decision and how they still tend to make these decisions based upon the color of your skin, no matter what field you're in, no matter what type of game you play, no matter what the hell you do with your life. It's still going on. And I think overall, that's what's more disgusting in my eyes. Like, to see that shit still going on in this world.
You know, I like what you said, Q, and I like what Jay said. Yeah, I'd be mad too. I'd be mad too because it wouldn't be fair. Like Josh, and this is what I don't like about this whole subject is I like Josh Allen, but the way I gotta argue this down or debate this, it makes it seem like I have something against Josh Allen, and I don't. I think Josh Allen is a phenomenal quarterback. I think he's a baller, got a rocket arm, can run. He's evolved into a good decision maker. Right early in his career, he was making some suspect decisions, but he's calmed it down. He's maturity. He goes through all his reads. Doesn't have the best of the receivers. You know what I'm saying? Who does he got? Amari Cooper. Amari's kind of falling off a little bit.
Cooper, Shakir, and Keon Coleman.
Yeah, Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman, and what's the white dude that don't wear no shoes and shit? Oh, dude, what's the dude? Oh man, it's escaping
I know
me.
you're talking about. Yeah, he be showing up with the wild outfits.
Yeah,
right?
with the wild outfits. Yeah, what's his name? Hollins, Mac Hollins, right? Yeah, Mac Hollins. Yo, and he spread the ball out this year, and I, like I said, I think he had a great season. But like we argued a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to tie all this into what I think this, underlying racism, not racism, underlying black and white thing is about. Lamar had a better season. People like to say Josh Allen didn't have the talent he did. He spread the ball around, and he absolutely did. He had everybody ate with Josh. Everybody's eating with Josh this year. But how can we give? And again, how can we give the MVP to someone who didn't beat the other player in every statistical category, pretty much, but basically more like you said, the rushing touchdowns, every single category, bro. I believe, I don't have the stats right in front of me. I should have looked them up, but I believe he's the first QB to ever get 4,000 in the air, and I think 800 on the ground. I think
900. 900.
900. Right? You know what I'm saying?
9 and change, almost
Come on,
1,000.
bro. How don't you win that? Listen, everyone say, Derrick Henry and Rashad Bateman and Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews, and we'll get into Andrews in a minute. We'll talk about Andrews in a minute. You know what I'm saying? That, what I mean? I don't know how you can add Andrews to your argument right now, but
Jesus Christ.
they both had weapons. And think about this: if he didn't have Henry there, he'd probably have over way more than 1,000 yards on the ground.
We probably would have ran like 14.
But there's a point that Jay said is that I want my quarterback to look quarterbacky. And Ryan Clark alluded to this, and I heard a couple of little clips when I was researching this with Jamel Hood. You hear like little some reporter said, how can you defend him or something? He's dark skinned and the ball is dark.
The ball is hidden.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
Oh yeah, like you can't see anything. Like he's
Yeah,
wearing a
that
black
crazy
helmet,
shit.
black outfit, dark skin, dark ball. Like
So there is definitely underlying racist issues. Now, I'm not going to say everyone, and ethnic tribalism does play a part. Listen, let's be honest. Q, when there's a dope Puerto Rican rapper, right? You feel proud, right? Yes or no? When Punk came out, everybody was galvanized, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
And rightfully so. That don't mean you don't like that. That didn't mean you don't fuck with Eminem. That don't mean you may fuck with Nas or Jay or nothing. But like people innately are attracted to someone from their
Own type.
their own type that's winning. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean you just like the other person. You know what I'm saying? But when you hear shit like, I want my quarterback to be quarterbacky, like you said, Jay, he doesn't look like the prototypical quintessential quarterback. He looks like one of us. He looks like Lamar look like he be in my cipher. You feel what I'm saying? Like you said, the gold fronts, the twists, the Florida Southern slang and everything. He looks like, he be in the 21. He supposed to be 21 Savage if he ain't playing in the fucking NFL. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't like that. They want the country guy who goes to the big college and he's got the blonde and blue eyed cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool too if you like that. But if we're just talking stats, and we settled this many, many times, so I really don't want to go into it. If we just talking stats, how can you not give it to Lamar? And even in that game, they went head-to-head pause last week. Yes, Lamar had a turnover, the interception. Interception didn't really translate into no points. The fumble was a little crazy. Even though the fumble was on a bad snap, I do think he should have took the sack. Pause. Take the sack and get on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Take the sack and get on the floor. Boy, that's a classic line by my man Q. But he should have paused. That was crazy. He should have took the sack and got on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he came, and we could talk about the run game, how they weren't effective in the first half, and how they started really dominating in the second half. We'll get into all that in a minute. But just to close this out, the way Lamar has evolved. When I saw Lamar take the field, and shout out to Jim Harbaugh too, he made adjustments, man. That's what I like. A good coach makes adjustments, and I don't want to digress too much. But the way Lamar came out in that second half, especially that last drive before Mark Andrews dropped the 2-point conversion, right? You know what I'm saying? He drove down that field as confident and as matter-of-factly than I've seen any of the greats do it. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, you name it. He drove down that field. It wasn't like luck. He was certain.
Crazy conditions.
In crazy conditions, he was effective. He went through his reads, made the right decisions, and they should have won that game. Now, they did some shit to fuck them up, and but to me, the way he's evolved as a quarterback, and that really doesn't tie into the MVP shit, but the way he's evolved as a quarterback, people don't like that. They wanted him to be a receiver. They wanted him to be the Michael Vick running quarterback all the time. He's now a pocket passer, newsflash, and he's good at it. He's fucking good at it, and he can run too. He's a special player. He's the best player in the NFL, and forget about race. This is public service announcement. Forget about race. Just enjoy the man as an NFL player, and enjoy Josh as well. Pause.
You tried to tie it in with as an NFL player, and then you said enjoy Josh as well.
I'm gonna shut my mic off for a few minutes.
Yo, hold on.
I'm not.
And just enjoy the man.
That's a pause. That's a pause. That
Oh
was out of
man.
bounds. I'm on timeout. I'm on timeout.
Yo, but no, but everything that you said does tie into the MVP because
Yeah.
everything you said is the reason why the
Yeah.
guys should be the MVP.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
And I-
there's no reason to overlook. Like you can't overlook greatness because it's just because he's been great so many times. That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
And if he wins the
God,
MVP, he'll be the 7th player in history to win 3 MVPs without winning a chip. We got to get him a chip, though. We got to get him a chip. You know
This
what
was
I'm
the
saying?
this. Speaking of, that's a great transition because this was the best opportunity. He really was supposed to. I thought for sure
Yeah.
that this was a foregone conclusion.
This year, right? Yeah, yeah. What
Yeah,
you
but we
you
all-
know? Let's
we all
transition to
know.
that. What did you guys think of the game? Q, I'll start with you. The Ravens Bills game, very intriguing, fascinating, edge of your seat type of game. Obviously Mark Andrews is the scapegoat and all of this, and he's well deserved. He has the he has the fumble, he has the 2 drop passes or whatever. Ravens made some mistakes, but the Bills played cleaner football. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? And they still almost lost. To be honest with you, because I believe had they hit the 2-point conversion, I know Josh would have got the ball back, but I think the Ravens would have won with the momentum. Q, let's talk a little bit about the Ravens Bills game. What's your thoughts on that game?
I think the Bills went in there playing the type of game that the Bills play, right? Low, right? No, nothing really, and like not saying that the Ravens don't really play in those type of conditions in the snow and stuff like that because they do, but the Bills are not like really a team, especially with the wide receivers that we have. Josh Allen don't really be throwing the ball down the field as he used to in the past with his other receivers. When he had Stephon Diggs and Dawson Knox was actually never hurt and actually can get open and he doesn't do that. Lamar Jackson does that and he does it with multiple receivers. He don't care who be Bateman or Flowers and that's it. Let's just go get open. Mark Andrews, like even though he's dropping passes, but he still has his trust in his receivers, and it's more fun to watch that type of team play, and that's what I still got out of it. Aside from watching it in the snow, which kind of sucks because you can't really see, his true talent, right? Let's see what would have happened if it was in like a dome. If it would have been in a dome, obviously we all know it's going to be a different type of game, but that's the beauty of football. It's one of the reasons I love it because they have to play in these conditions, man. It's going to be like, and that's why it's so important for home field advantage, in my opinion, and it's just not for the weather conditions because that can affect people. Like if the Dolphins went into the Bills, like that's going to be crazy. Them guys playing in the snow, we already know they're going to probably lose maybe 9 out of 10 times, right? No matter how you play it. But, that home field advantage. You got your fans rooting for you. You got all these hooligans there. It's just like, it's a different ambiance. And this is playoff football, ladies and gentlemen. It's not like these guys are coming in there just to look at a preseason exhibition or just an important game. Yeah, this is the important game. These are the most important games that lead up to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And you're gonna have to deal with all that pressure. And I think he handled it very well, but it's just unfortunate that he had to lose that fumble. And Mark Andrews tried to go for the extra yards and then lost his fumble. And then Mark Andrews also lost the pass. It's unfortunate he was getting death threats. I think that's very poor of people's demeanor, like to do something like that.
That's whack,
shit happens.
right.
You know what I mean? Like shit happens, bro. But like,
That was some real bad shit, though.
Oh no, yeah.
That wasn't just shit. That was you might have fucked the nigga's legacy up shit. And I know, and Lamar handled it right. He was like, "Yo, shout to him." And I do feel bad for Andrews, but that was a dude. You gotta hold on to especially that. The fumble and the other one, whatever. But that last one, bro, this is gotta hold on to that, dog. Like
that was the frosting on the cake. I was like, all right, like
gotta hold on to that.
I'm done for it,
They
should have just sat right down. Boom.
But the Ravens still outplayed them in this loss. Except for the turnovers, they still outplayed them. They threw more yards. They rushed for more yards.
Let me read these stats real quick to you. Total yards 416 to 273. Passing yards 240 to 126. Rushing yards 176 to 147. Yards per play 7.3 to 4.6. First downs 23 to 20. Third down efficiency 7 out of 10 as opposed to 5 for 11. Yeah, they got but here's the thing, right? Sacks allowed, pause 2 to 1. Penalties, 5 penalties for the Ravens, 1
Mm-hmm.
5 for 43 yards and penalties, 1 penalty for 10 yards, with the Bills, 2 fumbles to 0, 1 interception to 0. Those couple of
There's your
plays
game.
was the game.
There's your
Those
game.
those
There's your game right
penalties.
there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it right there. They played cleaner football.
Disciplined football
Yeah.
is what wins football games.
Yeah.
You take away the turnovers, you take away the penalty yards,
Yep.
and you have a winning team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ravens
Yeah.
are on the opposite side of this conversation.
Yeah.
So it's however many ways we slice it, we have to look directly, squarely at the Ravens for that loss. And we can't look at Mark Andrews. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because Mark Andrews, although he had 2 of the turnovers, he had 1 of the turnovers and then he had the drop. We don't know that he had all the penalty yards. I don't believe that he did. But at the same time, that's a team situation. That's not a Mark Andrews situation. They shouldn't have been in that moment where they needed 2 points to tie it up.
Yeah.
You want to win a football game, you don't get down to that.
Yeah.
That's the shit that you see on Remember the Titans and movies like that.
Yeah.
That's not what this shit is. This is
That ain't real life.
Yeah, you want to win the football game. You play disciplined football. You protect the football. You don't give the football to the other team, and you win football games. And that's not what happened. That's not what happened on Sunday. As much as we all wanted it to, that's not what took place.
Yeah. Now if this is a regular season matchup, I'm pretty sure it would have been a little bit different, right? You play it differently, right? The opposing team is going to be definitely not going in with the same discipline on the next play. Like, oh, they know that, okay, they turn the ball over. Now we got to change our whole game plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now we have to let's make some points. And it doesn't even that. It's also eating the clock up. Hey, we have the ball, no score points, and we have it for 6-7 minutes. That's a win in my book because we just stopped them. Now we can stop them again. You control the momentum. When you gain the momentum in the game, and if you're still scoring points, which they were, that's the difference factor. And that's what had happened. Like, the Bills came slightly more, what do you call it? Like just honed in, man. They were just honed in, zoned in, ready to do whatever they needed to do. And that's why they didn't have no turnovers.
The 12th man also played a part.
100%.
The 12th man also played a part.
100%.
There's a lot that goes into playing in Buffalo.
The
Bills Mafia is very real.
Yeah, for sure.
They're a loud bunch.
Yeah.
They're aggressive as fuck. Like there's a lot that goes
there's arenas like that. Seattle
Yeah.
is one of those. Sacramento in basketball. There's certain arenas that just shit throws you off.
Madison Square
Saints,
Garden.
yeah, the Saints is like that. The Garden.
Yeah. That the home court plays the thing. Let me play this clip on Mark Andrews because I want to close this out real quick, but I want to come back after this clip. Check it out.
I got to tell you, I know it was fun as a kid. Like the kids are off today for the holiday, obviously. But if today was not Martin Luther King Day, then everybody would be in school, right? And theoretically, but of course, with the snow, they would have off. And what would you be doing? You'd be playing in the street. You go to the park, you play football, you play very rough two-hand touch in the street because there's snow. And it's fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun to play in. But big games like this, do you love snow games? It's not like you can postpone the game, so there's nothing you could do, but we didn't get to see the best of Lamar. We didn't get to see the best of Josh Allen. And as football fans, we get cheated there because the field was a slippery mess, even though it wasn't as bad up in Buffalo as it was down here downstate and in New Jersey. But I don't love this in big games.
Yeah, I don't think that. Listen,
I disagree with BT.
I agree. Wouldn't you love to see Lamar and Josh full capacity, warm, being the receivers being able to run the field with traction, the running backs being able to run the field with traction? Wouldn't you love to see that in the house? Like, what I mean? That'd be crazy, bro.
But the that was an NFL moment. That was an NFL Films type of a moment.
That's a 30 for 30.
Yeah, you got to persevere through that.
Yeah,
and they both had to play
indeed.
in it, and
Indeed.
they're both cold weather teams. So it's not like one.
Yeah, your
team.
facts.
I don't have a Tua versus a fucking Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson where the kid can only play in warm weather or a dome. I got two guys that are traditionally from that weather, and I don't have a problem with this. Like, I don't feel. I would love. Listen to me. I love high fucking scoring, high yardage. I love those games too. But it seems like that was necessary at that time. It needed to have an element of who's gonna stand up to something that is uncontrollable, motherfucking nature.
It makes for good theater. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I disagree with BT. That's what that was. That was a backyard fucking game.
Well, while we on the weather, let's transition to Eagles Rams. You know what I'm saying? Because it was wild weather. It was wild weather out there too. All right, let me start with this. Q, what your thoughts on the Rams game? Excuse me, I'm a little saucy. I got my thoughts on it. I don't like what I'm seeing from the Eagles. I feel like they was right for the picking. Rams had a couple of turnovers. We're talking about turnovers that killed the Ravens. So did the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Q, Rams, Eagles, man. Your thoughts on that? And your thoughts on, do you like what you're seeing from the Eagles? I think the Eagles are getting ready to get picked off. Go ahead, man.
I totally agree. I didn't see anything. What would they have? 60 yards, 70 yards passing? Come on, what have we been saying about Jalen Hurts? Like, Jalen Hurts is a mediocre quarterback with two really good receivers.
But they try to sell it to you like he's not. Like
And a
he's
fantastic running back.
right, yeah. But they try to sell it to you like, oh, don't worry about it. No, bro, he can't get the ball down field. AJ Brown, 14 yards. Go ahead, my bad. See,
the most important thing on that team is Saquon Barkley. He putting that whole team on his back. He doing the same shit that he was doing on the Giants, just with a better offensive line. Yep. And more decoys because now
the threats are there.
You can't double Goddard or AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Somebody's gonna have to play man, which is only gonna. Why do you think he's having so many fucking long ass touchdowns this year? He did it in it. What he had a 65-yarder against the Rams. Like that's wild. Homie's like just really out to like.
And then a 70-yarder or some shit. What was the other one?
Yeah,
two regular.
Yeah,
balls.
like he's holding this shit. Like he's. The offensive line is probably what's saving them a season alongside fucking Saquon Barkley. Because look what Jalen Hurts did this season.
And their defense.
It's fucking and their defense is good. But it still wasn't. I'm still not sold on the big time moments with the Eagles and with their defense. They can't. It's really struggling to put up points. And if they're only gonna be able just to run the ball, man. And this is why you gotta love football, because strategy. Now you're gonna have to figure something out, and people gonna be like, "Yo, we're just gonna figure out how to just spy on him because Jalen Hurts ain't no really out of the pocket passer, And homie ain't really that ill. He ain't a Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford. Where fucking I'm gonna sling that shit down there and somebody's gonna catch it and get open. No, man, they could figure out a disguise. If the Rams can do it, and granted, they have some good coaches over there. And Sean McVay, I always love. You know what I mean, like.
Yeah, Sean McVay is a good coach.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I've always how he coached his team, and homie's like one of the youngest coaches in the league right now. But, from what I'm seeing from the Eagles, and it's getting me so happy, and I don't care how diabolical this shit sounds, bro, but I want them to get to the Super Bowl just so that they can lose again, man. I don't care, man. Nothing's worse than getting there and losing.
Yeah, I don't like Sirianni too. He's just
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna go one step further. I like the diabolical thoughts as far as them getting to the Super Bowl. I don't want them getting to the Super Bowl. I don't want them there. I don't want them to have that feeling. I don't want them to have that fanfare. I don't want them to have anything. I want number 5 to fucking show up this Sunday and send them the fuck home. That's what I want to happen.
I think it might happen.
I do too. This kid, and just for fucking context, this kid had a year, and we're talking about Jayden Daniels for those who don't know. We're talking about Jayden Daniels, who the Eagles are going to have to look at this weekend.
Yeah.
Kid threw for 3,500 plus yards, 25 touchdowns, only 9 picks. He's a rookie, only 9 picks, and 900 rushing yards. And think about this: in the playoffs so far, he defeated Tampa Bay and threw for 268.
Well,
and then he defeated Detroit and threw for 299.
The number 1 seed.
Come on.
Yeah. On the road.
On the road.
A rookie QB.
2
wins in a row in pressure situation.
Slow heartbeat.
In a high leverage, slow heartbeat. Ice
cold
in the veins.
Kid's only smiling. This kid's he's a menace.
I think, man, that's if he goes if he goes down to Lincoln and beats the Eagles and shit, and that's really a division
They're
game.
right for the
Think about it.
taking. Cash, they're right for the fucking
They
taking.
are.
They're right for the taking.
But only because of Jalen Hurts. If they had a quarterback
That's
who
what you
could,
just said.
because what do you do if you're Dan Quinn and Joe Witt? What are you gonna do? You're gonna load the fucking box. I'm gonna make fucking AJ and Devontae beat me. And not saying that they can't beat you, because they're phenomenal fucking they're a great wide receiver tandem. We did a show last year, I believe, when we talked about greatest wide receiver duos, present day, and they made our fucking list, you know what I'm saying, along with others. But yo, look at these stats real quick. Look, AJ Brown, 2 targets, 14 yards, 2 receptions, 14 yards, bro. Yo, my man, this nigga's an all-pro fucking Devontae
wasn't he
Smith.
reading? Wait, hold on. Wasn't he reading?
He's reading a fucking book, yeah. And Jay bought the I'm about to buy this shit too. Hello, you know what I'm saying? But come on, you can't be doing. Listen, Devontae Smith, 4 receptions, 21 yards. Dallas Goedert, your tight end was your main receiver with 56 yards. Where the fucking runs coming from other than Saquon Barkley, right? You don't think Dan Quinn and Joe Witt, you know what I'm saying, are going to, and then let's see how smart Sirianni and them are, because are they going to be able to counter that? But how? Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball, but you don't think they're going to make sure they do everything to stop? I would, if I'm the Commanders, I make you beat me with someone other than Saquon Barkley, bro. And who's that going to be?
Cash, who's going to be the most important people on the field on fucking Sunday? Is it Sunday or Saturday? They play Saturday, right?
I think it's Saturday, yeah.
Saturday. You know what the most important people are going to be? The corners and the safeties.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Because they're going to, like, the linebackers and the defensive line, just go.
Yeah.
Hold that area down.
That front 7, hold it down.
Hold it down.
Yep.
Right? Everything behind us.
Yep.
You guys, we're trusting in y'all. Don't allow it to get crazy.
Yep.
That's it.
Jalen Hurts, 15 for 20, 28 yards. Futile, brother.
Come on,
you
bro.
What I'm saying? Crazy, bro. This is a problem. Let's look at the team stats.
Fucking Will Levis could do that.
100%. And look,
I could do that.
Other than some look, we're talking about stats, right? Look. Listen to these stats real quick. Total yards: Rams 402, Eagles 350. They won that battle. 291 passing yards to 65 fucking passing yards for the Eagles. Bro, this is mind blowing to me. How the fuck are they? Look, I understand both sides of the ball is great. I understand 111 rushing yards. That's where the Eagles won on the ground right there. 285, right? But look, first downs 18 to 16. The problem with the Rams is they made some costly turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The great Puka catch was out, obviously, right? You know, no, it was in. But what was the play they had? The fumble. Who had the fumble? Oh shit! Just gave me my mind. Oh, Kyron Williams. The fumble. You know what I'm saying? The 2 fumbles. You know what I'm saying? That one led the field goal, but that killed that whole momentum of that drive, man. The Rams. They were right for the ticket. They squandered an opportunity, man. They squandered a big fucking opportunity, man.
And what's crazy? Don't. It's like deja vu when you're reading off these stat sheets and you're hearing it and you're like, oh man, yeah. So the Rams definitely won. Oh wait, the Ravens definitely won, right? Nah. And what is the key factor? Turnovers. Both teams lost. Yep.
That
and both teams should have won. That dominated. But you know what held them back? Turnovers, man. It's so important in the playoffs. Turnovers. It changes the whole dynamic of the game, and it changes the playoffs. And they could not stop Saquon Barkley. That's just a known fact. That game,
man. And Matthew Stafford, similar to what we said, Lamar. That late drive, he was driving down the field. Matter of factly, had control of that drive. You know, the big throw to Puka. You know what I'm saying? Fucking phenomenal catch. Puka Nacua is a baller. Can we just give it up to Puka Nacua for a second?
Puka. He just came in and just completely overshadowed Cooper Kupp.
What's crazy when he hurt his knee, just to get off for a second, when he hurt his knee and I had him on fantasy, I'm like, oh, his first game back ain't gonna be shit. Homie caught for received 140 yards. I was like, this nigga's just different.
Yeah,
he's the real deal.
After the Puka shit, I'm like, oh, these niggas is about to lose. You know what I'm saying? But then shout out to Jalen Carter. He had the big fucking sack that really pretty much shut down the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Then the Stafford had one more shot downfield, and even Jalen Carter was disruptive on that down, but. man, like the Eagles should have been picked off, man. It was just, mistake, clean football as opposed to, not playing clean football. But yeah, man, I'm worried. I'm worried about the Eagles. I'm not worried about them like I like them, but I'm saying I'm worried about them like they're not looking too good, man. But you got to be able to score on them as well. You know what I'm saying? On the flip side of that, Jayden Daniels, as good as he doesn't have a shitload of weapons either. You know what I'm saying? So
He actually does. And let's talk about that, right?
okay,
listen,
let's talk about
let's
it.
talk about that. Let's talk
Yeah.
about that, right? Because he's got Terry McLaurin, right?
Right.
He's got the new kid De'Ami Brown that he's going to often.
Terry McLaurin is a take the top off the defense back, right? But it's not too much stuff underneath.
But
Right?
he's
I know that's
killing.
what cute.
Past 2 weeks,
I think he's
been
a baller,
fucking
but
absolute terrorist.
Yeah, but he's not.
Yeah.
Yo, he's not
And
gonna be.
He's good. He's good.
Against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Against Tampa Bay, who did they go to? They went to the new kid,
Yeah.
De'Ami Brown, right?
Yeah, De'Ami
They
Brown,
went to him
yeah.
a lot. Zacchaeus is also a problem, at times where he finds Zacchaeus in certain areas when they find Terry McLaurin is wrapped up. I don't like Brian Robinson Jr., the running back. I
Yeah,
really,
me
really, really don't like him, and I don't like Austin Eckler. So
Me
their
either.
run game is
Austin
very
Eckler's a
suspect.
retread.
Yeah, it's really suspect. Really, really suspect.
Yeah.
But in the defense, whatever we lack it from those two running backs, guess who picks it up?
Yeah.
Jayden.
Jayden.
So
Yeah.
we still have a run game. It just looks different.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they got weapons, but it's not like
They're not notable. They're not notable.
Yeah.
They're not like, yo, we're gonna, get the DC in here right now. We got a game plan. Like, got a game plan for this dude type shit. Yeah, they're serviceable and they're gonna, Jayden is, like you said, he has ice water in his veins, slow heartbeat, makes the right decisions, doesn't make a lot of mistakes for a rookie, which is crazy because I think we talked about this the other day. Patrick Mahomes said in year 3 is when everything kind of slowed down for him. I felt like in game 3 for Jayden Daniels, everything slowed down. You know what I'm saying?
Like week 3, homie was like, I think I got it.
Yeah,
Neo
Jayden.
in the Matrix and shit.
And we'll listen. We don't have a lot of time. I did want to get into the Detroit thing. Maybe get into that for a minute and the Chiefs and everything. But let's stay on Jayden Daniels. While we're on Jayden Daniels, the phenomenal season he's having. Jay, you let off a couple of his stats and shit. Is he having the greatest rookie season of all time? Because I was listening to Get Up the other day, and Mike Greenberg, had some extremely fucking high praise for him. He said, not only, let me see if I got the quote. Let me pull it up. He said, okay, look, I think, quote, open quote, I think with this win, Jayden Daniels is the greatest rookie the NFL has ever had. And he's on his way to Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. Wait. I can't wait. Oh, greater than, okay, here we go. The greatest rookie seasons in the league has ever seen are Jim Brown, Gale Sayers, Mike Ditka. I think Jayden Daniels goes to number 1 and supersedes all those guys. That's not quarterback rookie seasons. We'll talk about that for a minute. Cam, RG3, Andrew Luck, a lot of these guys, Brett Favre, Dan Marino. He said greatest rookie of all time. I went to Q last time first. Jay.
I think he's jumping out the fucking window.
He's jumping out. Yo, he's like me.
Let's chill out. Yeah.
Let's relax. Let's relax a little bit, Greenberg.
Jim Brown and Gale Sayers, he's wilding right there.
Mike Ditka.
Ditka plays the opposite side. Oh no, Ditka was a fucking tight end. So I mean, I don't know. Like I don't want to get crazy with it. Like those are some real legends that he's putting them in that class. But with that being said, it's up there. I wouldn't mind 4. Like I wouldn't mind him being the 4. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's absolutely done things this season where you just say, "Wow, wow."
Yeah.
Fucking like he has the equivalent to a buzzer beater in basketball with the Hail Mary. Now, granted, that was a lot had to go right there.
Yeah,
but it all went right.
Against my guys.
You gotta call it the way you see it.
Yeah.
Every week you expect him to come crashing down to earth, and every week he gives you something else that you just say, "Wow, like he's really, really, really good."
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? When you look at him, he's very slight, right? He's not a brolic guy, so you always feel like, oh, he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
But he just he maneuvers through the crowd, and he never seems to really take a solid hit. This week that just passed, he took a big hit on the sidelines. I was talking to you about that on the weekend.
Yeah.
He took a really big hit on the sidelines, pause. And a guy got up smiling. I said, Joe, this kid's fucking crazy. You know, this kid's maybe 195 pounds, 6'4", whatever, and got up smiling, took a major shot on the sidelines. But with that being said, I like where Greeny was going with that, but I'm not putting him ahead of Jim Brown, bro. I'm not putting him ahead of Gale Sayers. I'm not putting him ahead of Dick. I'm not doing that. That's a prisoner of the moment type of a comment by Greeny. And I love Greeny.
I fuck with Greeny too. And Q, before I throw it to you, I will just comment on that. I don't have enough information. That was before my time, so I don't have a big part of Jayden Daniels to me is the eye test. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking up. They have Robert Griffin, right? Which Jayden is almost like Robert Griffin 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Robert was down there with the Redskins. I was down in Virginia around that time. I remember the hype around Robert Griffin. Had a phenomenal rookie year. Won the rookie of the year. Beat out Andrew Luck. Blah blah blah. And it was weird because they drafted Kirk Cousins that year too. So everyone in DC was like, "Why did drafting Griffin and Robert Griffin at the same time?" And it was just coming off of Donovan McNabb, who had came down for the Skins for a while. And what was the other? You remember the other QB, Jason? You remember the other Redskins QB, Jason? Oh shit! I gotta look this up. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Before McNabb, Jason. You're gonna know when I look it up. This is bad. I don't know. Jason Campbell. Remember Jason Campbell? Yeah, Jason Campbell.
Okay.
So they was coming off that, but they have Robert Griffin here. Phenomenal rookie season. Dak Prescott, a very phenomenal. I don't want to get into the stats, but these are the top 10 recent best QB rookie seasons ever. Russell Wilson, 2012. Ben Roethlisberger, 04. Dan Marino, 83. They got Jayden Daniels at 6th. C.J. Stroud last year had a phenomenal fucking rookie season.
I wanted
Two
to
years
up
ago.
earlier.
Yeah. C.J. Stroud had a wild rookie season.
Right. Wild rookie season. Justin Herbert, 2020. And even they got Caleb Williams at 9 here. Like Caleb Williams, as much dysfunction as there was in Chicago and everything, and the rough start they got off to, he had a decent season. Cam Newton, 2011 was big. So my point is, we could dissect the stats and comb through the stats, but I got to give it the eye test on this one. And I don't know about all-time rookies, but I know for QB rookies, what I've seen personally, I can remember, and I go back, I got to say he's probably had the best rookie QB season ever, man. Like we said, this is the perfect way to put it. Slow heartbeat, doesn't get rattled, ice water running through the veins, going on the road to win these fucking 2 playoff games, you know what I'm saying, at high leverage situations. Man, that's something you can't quantify maybe in a stat line. It's protecting the football. That's something that doesn't get quantified in the stat line. I'm going to say Jayden Daniels' best rookie season I've ever seen. QB rookie season I've ever seen.
QB. Let's add that.
I'm going to say QB because I don't have enough info right now. And I wasn't around back then to really comment on Gale Sayers and Ditka.
And I don't think it's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to ever compare those. I think it has to be generational at that point. You know what I mean? It got to be generational errors of that rookie positional player. You know what I mean? Who had the biggest impact? And this one is a little bit different for me. I feel like C.J. Stroud had a really good. He turned that whole Texans team around, similar to what Jayden Daniels did. Both of these guys came into 2 teams that were so struggling the year before, and turned it around. Like I don't think Tank Dell becomes who he is if he doesn't have C.J. Stroud at the quarterback position.
I agree
I'll be
with that.
completely honest, man. And if you want to look at poise, like they both like. The stats C.J. Stroud had much more. Like I think he had like 500 more. No, I think C.J. Stroud his rookie season.
I'm looking right at it.
He had like 4,100 passing yards. Like 4,100. I think he had like 23 touchdowns. And it was, and I think like nine interceptions. So like.
No,
Daniels,
five.
5 interceptions.
63, 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. 167 rushing yards. Jayden Daniels, 14 TDs, 5 interceptions, 957 yards on the ground, 9 rushing TDs.
at 35 and 35 throwing, right? I think he had 3,500.
35-68.
Yeah. And CJ Stroud had 3 rushing TDs.
Yeah.
Also, Jayden had a better completion percentage, 75 to 63, and
That's major.
a better QB rating, 107 to 100. So statistically, he did outplay him. Maybe not in the yardage, but yeah.
It's close, but CJ Stroud, it's hard because I feel like CJ Stroud, it's
He
too
had a
much
great
to
year.
put. No, yeah, he did have a
Yeah.
great year, and I can't take it away from
without
Jaden Daniels.
without homeboy from the Bills,
Yeah, without
Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
But he came crashing back to earth this season. Even though they still had a very, very good year, he
Yeah.
didn't have the anywhere near what I thought he was gonna have.
because you
based on
got
his
game film on him now.
Yeah,
that
you
happens
got-
a lot
you
of
got the
times.
book
Yeah,
on him. You got
yeah,
the
you
book
got
yeah,
the book
it's,
on him.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be different, and it's gonna happen to Jaden Daniels next season as well, right? You come in there, you don't know what happened. We saw it happen with Daniel Jones, who we all know I loathe. You know what I mean? I don't hate him.
He
but
said,
like,
"I
damn,
loathe."
I loathe. That was major.
That's worth a shot. Can I get a shot for loathing Daniel Jones, my nigga?
That was hardcore right there. That means you
Fuck it.
I
Let's
loathe.
go, bro.
That's hate. I loathe him.
beyond. You know what I'm saying?
That's what my wife telling me. I loathe you.
Yeah.
I loathe you.
Nah, did you say love? No, I said loathe.
TH.
L-O-T-H-E, nigga, loathe.
Yeah, solid.
Solid.
Peace to our way of life.
Peace to our way of life.
Not crazy, man. But what's crazy is that Jaden Daniels is being put into a class, and this is where I will agree. You know, if you go on the regular season, he's compared, like the only one close to him is probably like CJ Stroud would be the closest one. You know, other than that is Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's getting far into the playoffs, man. And the only other players to do that on a rookie season was, I think, Sean King, Ben Roethlisberger, Russell
Ben
Wilson.
did it in 04, right? Ben went in 04, right?
Yeah.
04, yeah. That was Eli, him and Eli, and what's homie from the Chargers?
Phillip
Rivers, yeah.
Yeah. And then Mark Sanchez, Joe Flacco, and Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? Like, and Russell Wilson had a crazy rookie season. Ben Roethlisberger had a good rookie season too, but they just made it to the championship game and lost. Yo, homie has a chance to get to the Super Bowl. No rookie quarterback has even ever started the Super Bowl.
Like, Robert Griffin had a monster rookie season too. He had 65% completion percentage, 20 TDs, 5 interceptions, 102 quarterback rating, 815 rushing yards, 7 rushing TDs. He had a monster fucking season too.
Yeah, but I think he only had like what he had, like 33 yards passing.
Yeah, because they wasn't the way they was running that. Yeah, they was like, it was a lot of screen passes, a lot of dinking and dunking shit out to the flats. That, yeah, you know what I'm saying. He kind of game managed a little bit, but ran. You know what I mean? And the problem with RG3 is he refused to slide for whatever.
Yeah, and it worked.
You know what I mean?
Like with Cam Newton had a wild one. Even Peyton Manning had a good season, but like he threw for as many interceptions.
Peyton Manning's rookie season was trash.
Disaster.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's on the list of, like, I think he's like 9. Like Andrew Luck had a good rookie season, but but I don't want to take away from. I think homeboy's gonna be something to be reckoned with for a very long time. You know, when we call on a franchise quarterback and you want somebody to draft first and lead your team into, all they need is a couple more weapons now. They know they could depend on this gentleman right now for the next 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
You know, and he's gonna get you to win the games. And looking at this division that we're in, soft, man. Eagles don't really pose a threat. They got Saquon. Cowboys don't know what the fuck they doing. Giants, I'm about to send fucking John Mara a letter. You know,
we're gonna see. We're gonna unpack. Probably gonna pack some Giant shit next week. But yeah, we're gonna see what's going on. Giants are in a quagmire, to say the least. You know what I'm saying?
Who
what I want
to weekend out of Philly and Washington.
Who the what?
I'm gonna go
to win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Eagles, bro. I'm gonna go Eagles by a field goal, maybe. You know, I'm gonna go Eagles. You know what I mean? Just on the strength of the experience, they've been there before.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like Sirianni. I'm not a fan of Sirianni at all. I don't like the stupid faces. And he's a New York dude too. He's from upstate. He's always flexing on the camera. He's got that New York arrogance, which I
He
should
does.
I should champion, but I
I
hate it
was
because
gonna
he's in
say,
my division. If he was the coach of the Giants, I'd love him, but he's not, so I don't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles. What about you, Jay?
I'm going Washington. I told y'all. Like
Yeah.
I'm all the way in. I'm
Okay.
all the way in.
Okay.
All the way in.
Q.
Jayden Daniels gonna make everybody a believer.
I'm already a believer. He don't gotta make me a believer no more.
Yeah,
I think Sirianni's out of there if they lose, and I think they should get rid of Jalen Hurts. I know they're probably not. They just gave him the bag, but
Wow, bag.
yeah, but damn, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, what about you, Q? Washington or
I think the Commanders, man. I think they
Commanders?
just.
I'm not mad at that.
The momentum is on their field. The only thing they have to worry about is just playing away. You know, it's like what's the difference? You're playing 2 states away. Like the rookie said in, we see what he could do. This kid, if he made it this far to the championship, you know, the NFC Championship game, I think
In Lincoln,
I think at that point it's a good thing to say, yeah, homies doesn't really have that many nerves. I think you get those nerves again when you get to the Super Bowl. Like it's your first time there, and like, you know, because that's when hundreds of millions of people watching, people stopping just to watch channels in between your snaps or your, you know, when your timeouts and shit. That's different. I think this should be the way poised he looks and the dismal performance that the Eagles given us last week, aside from Saquon Barkley. They just, I think they could be able to figure it out, you know, and I think Shanahan could do that.
Yo, I lived in the DMV for 10 years. I already know what the Redskins mean to that town. That's Chocolate City out there. They call DC Chocolate City, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my DMV niggas, my man Daniel, Buck, Leon, Croc, Q. You know most of these dudes, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like all my DC dudes and everything. And I know what, you know, I never was a Commanders fan, but being down there listening to the radio, Chad Dukes, LeVar Arrington, all these guys on the fucking radio, and being around arguing as a Giants fan in New York, cocky, arrogant New York nigga going down there and debating with all these guys who, you know, how I grew to love and everything. So I understand what the Redskins mean to that city, and let me tell you something. They are excited. They have the all hail to the Redskins shit and everything. I would love to. I hate to, like, dude. I think I definitely hate the Eagles more than I hate the Redskins. You know what I'm saying? Like
1,000%.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, do I want the Skins to win? Yeah, I'd rather the Redskins win, but you know, I still got that affinity for Saquon, man. I feel like he's like, I know he's an Eagle now. Nah, we did him dirty. Don't get it twisted. We did him dirty, bro.
No, yeah,
he didn't
we
do us dirty.
no, yeah,
you know what I mean? He wanted to stay.
Yeah, but
he put on if you put on another uniform.
No, I'm not rooting for the Eagles. No, I'm saying I'm gonna feel bad for Saquon.
That's like an American soldier. That's like an American soldier just like diverting to China and just being a China soldier.
Let me clear this up. Let me clear this up. By no means am I rooting for the Eagles, but I'm gonna feel bad if Saquon lose. You know what I'm saying? He deserves better than that. But listen,
he does because you know he does deserve better, and you know what the most important reason, everybody, because he basically held that whole team down.
He did. But fuck the Eagles. Yo, we off script a little bit though. I want to flow real quick. It's off top of the dome.
Word.
What do you think about Chiefs Bills? Who you got in Chiefs Bills, Jay?
I got it. You know what I got to do. You know what I have to
never go against the man Patrick Mahomes. 15.
Fuck out of here, yo, bro. I'm gonna tell you some shit, right?
He said, "Fuck out of here."
I hate
Kermit.
You hate
Kermit?
I hate them. I fucking hate them. I hate him. I like him as a quarterback because he gets busy.
Fatigue. We talked about fatigue.
Yeah, that's it. But I can't stand. I can't stand Travis Kelce and the girl, fucking Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you've been on all season. You've been on that. You've been on that.
And now I'm watching the game.
They got Caitlin Clark.
I mean, they got fucking Caitlin Clark up in the fucking booth now too. So now I got to deal with that shit too. Are we fucking kidding? Every single thing that happens, I got to look at these two fucking broads while I'm fucking watching the game. That's what this has become.
Because it's sexy and it sells. You know what I'm saying? It's marketing.
I get it.
But X's and O wise, who do you think? It is nauseating. 100%. Taylor Swift. Yeah, it's every time Travis Kelce sneezes, they flash up, they pan the fucking Taylor Swift and
Then he's
shit.
got to take his helmet off. Now he's got the
Yeah,
long fucking hair instead
yeah.
of the
Just a
fade
couple
now.
weeks ago, he had the bucket hat on with the
And the
the
fucking-
handlebar money.
handlebar
Make that
Mahomes
make
is
sense.
looking-
Are we Triple H or are we fucking 50 Cent? Which one are we, man? Like, you know what I mean? Make up your mind, brother. You know what I
fucking
mean?
nauseating. These fuckers.
Are we
nauseating.
Hulk? Are we Hulk Hogan or are
Hulk
we
Hogan?
50 Cent? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like, but
But
I think
X's and O wise, who
X's
wins
and
that?
O's, I believe that the Bills are going to win the football game.
Okay, I disagree, but go ahead.
I think right now they're right for the taking. I think that I don't think that Kansas City doesn't look right. They don't look crisp. They don't.
I think
didn't see a-
I
didn't
think
see a really
Sean
good game.
McDermott and Joe Brady couldn't fucking shine Andy Reid's jockstrap, in my opinion. 100%.
I agree with that, but at
You
the
know what I
same
mean? I
time,
think they're gonna make mistakes in situational football, in my opinion. That's what I
don't
think.
think they'll make enough mistakes. Where I think that I don't think
After
they'll
the
make enough
performance you've
mistakes.
seen against the Ravens, you think they're gonna go into Kansas City with Spags? What?
It's the weather. It's not going to be that type of weather in Kansas City.
Kansas City ain't no hot weather state.
It's cold, but it ain't going to be that
Yeah.
type of shit. It ain't going to be snow and all that shit that we just saw. Just
Yeah,
now.
but who knows?
Yeah,
It's an open
but-
stadium.
Yeah, I don't think the weather's
Arrowhead.
That shit, and that snow's crazier over there because they're over close here by like fucking Wyoming and shit. That shit gets crazy up there than
That's true.
like
That's true.
than Buffalo. Like Buffalo, Minnesota, and up there by like Green Bay and Kansas City. Them are like the worst fucking places to play at this time.
What's the weather going to be like at that time? But well, like even if neither one of those teams
Frigid.
are going to be, neither one of those teams are uncomfortable in the elements. I just think that it's time. I think it's time. I think it's
You know
definitely
what worries me about the Chiefs? Because they're like the Bulls. Everyone's waiting for them to get knocked the fuck off. Oh, look, they only won by 7. They only won by 6. They only won by 3. Motherfucker, they won all year. The Bills beat them already. The Bills already beat them. We got the Bills are the only team that beat them. Correct? Am I bugging? Or am I bugging? The Bills beat them, right?
Yeah,
Bro.
they're the only team that beat them.
This is okay, but you know what? I don't give a
No, they
fuck.
lost
That's the
2
regular.
games, but the other game.
Who they lose? Who's the second team they lose to?
Remember, the whole team was benched because it was the last.
Yeah, the last
it was
week, right?
Christmas, yeah, it's the last.
Yeah,
week.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
But I'm
Christmas.
talking about like, in you know what I mean?
And I know what you mean. Like the regular.
All hands on deck type shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just can't. I lost a lot of money betting against Patrick Mahomes. He's become the new Mayweather to me, the new Jordan. Betting against him all these years, I always lose paper. You know what I mean? It's Q, no, but I respect that. You think Josh and them's gonna come in there and do it? Q, what do you think?
I think I need I'm just waiting for my homie. He's gonna be reffing that day and shit. So he's gonna let me know like what's the outcome gonna be with some of these calls and shit. Yeah, as soon as but I'll let you guys know the score. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. After that, it's just gonna be
Yeah, so I
like,
can put a parlay together.
You know what I mean? I just want to know who want to do what. Like, yo, is Patrick Mahomes still gonna win, but run
I'm
for a
working on
touchdown,
a
125
54 leg
yards?
parlay.
That's it. I'm working on like
put $1 up.
I'm gonna have that's just gonna be like, yo, bro, look what I did.
Word. Facts.
Nah, but all serious aside, man, that's gonna partake into it, but home field advantage as well.
It is.
Yo, they're playing in Arrowhead, man. And yo, and if Josh Allen comes playing like how he did against the Ravens, he's not winning because you know why? The Chiefs defense has been on some shit. They're like
They started strong, they tapered off a little bit, and now they ramp it back up this season. Yeah.
It's like they're playing with like a new because they know when to turn it off and on. Like they're like a light switch. Because they know when it's important.
And they play disciplined football. Yeah.
And that's the good thing of like building that culture, building that camaraderie with your fellow, footballers, and you know what I mean, your players, and you get that built up, and then these guys, like we're so used to teams, especially being Giants and Jets fans, that this guy leaves and this guy leaves, but like we never could have saw like what would happen if we would have stayed one more year, and what would have happened, like like Tiki left right before the Giants won 2007 Super Bowl. Like I'm pretty sure he thinks about like damn, what would have I stood like when I made us lose, but like. They built this team to stay around. They're a band of brothers, and they're a hard team to beat. Right. I just hope I don't see all those shenanigans from the refs. To be honest, I want to see a nice, clean but dirty game. I want to see clean but dirty, and the refs just being fair on both sides. You know, like, and I don't want to
But
hear none of
Patrick
that.
Mahomes is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan got the calls, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he also got beat the fuck up, man. Patrick Mahomes not getting beat up.
Q just said. I mean,
There's a difference.
Jay just said. Taylor Swift, Kate, what's her name?
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, in the booth. All these celebs, they're the fucking new rock stars, B. They're the Heatles. They're the fucking '90s Bulls. Like, they're good. Like the NFL I understand what NFL wants them to win. I get it. It's a fair no. So you're gonna have to go in there. You're gonna have to beat them. You're gonna have to beat the crowd. You're gonna have to beat the refs. You're gonna have to beat. The experience of Andy Reid, Matt Nagy and who's at DC Spags, you know what I'm saying? And another thing, Kelsey, I think he was partying on the off season. I think he was going to all the celebrity events. He was up in villas in the fucking south of France with fucking the $1 billion broad Taylor Swift, and I think he wasn't taking football serious. And I think he started the season off, not like some boxers do sometimes when they're out of shape and they start camp, it becomes fat camp. They got to work the weight off and then they get into it. You know what I'm saying? So I think he
created fat camp.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Now like he shook the rust off, shook the out of shapeness off, and they didn't feed you this, but this is what I believe. And now he's starting to ball because he was terrible early on.
This weekend,
now he's starting to ball.
He got busy. I'm not gonna lie.
And there's you know what I mean? That's the old Travis Kelce, and I think that. Put down the fucking bottle of rosé, nigga. Put down the escargot and all the fly fancy shit that I don't even know about. Whatever the fuck you motherfuckers eat, you know what I'm saying?
And pick up. Can't afford.
You know what I mean? And now he's back to balling because you know what I mean. And if that's the case, they got motherfucking problems because D Hop ain't really kill it. I love Xavier Worthy. Isaiah Pacheco was hurt. He's starting to round back into form. They have some things Travis Kelce did.
Was horrible this weekend that just passed.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll be horrible again. You know what I'm saying? Pacheco runs hard. Don't forget, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, and he's Puerto Rican, son. Come on,
and he's Puerto Rican, B.
Eat your pasteles.
He didn't have no empanadas last week. That's what happened, man.
Eat your pasteles, bro. That's
it, bring his ass to
I'll send you some, bro.
Let him get his empanada game up.
Yeah, and they stout on defense. You know what I'm saying? Wharton, Chris Jones. We know the fucking names. It's gonna be a good game though. I don't think it's a wash. I don't think they come in there and run over the Bills. But I think that it's gonna come down to a couple of mistakes, like we've been seeing. A couple, and I think I just think they got it. And I think they're destined. NFL wants them to three-peat, in my opinion. They never seen this before, and don't let them. They're gonna re-up next year, and we're gonna get out in a few minutes. But they're gonna re-up. They're gonna restock the fucking shelves. They're gonna get a couple of playmakers in there. You know what I'm saying? Like D Hop ain't it. No disrespect, but he ain't the same D Hop anymore. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, you never know. Tyreek might come back. Who knows? We don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, but they're gonna get some playmakers in there next year. I guarantee it. And you're gonna see, because then they're not as explosive as they were in years past.
Well, they're gonna have to because they're gonna lose.
Yeah,
they're not gonna make it to the Super Bowl this year. So
I respect that.
I respect that. Back to the drawing board and do all these different things.
If they get past the Bills, do they win the chip?
No.
Who beats them?
You think they lose to Jayden Daniels?
or fucking Jalen Hurts? I want some action on that. Jay, real tough.
I should have saw Q's face. He said, "You think they used to?"
Yeah, Jay, I can't see that. I can't see them losing to Jay. I can't see them losing to Jay.
This is the best week.
Definitely not Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is gonna have 39 passing yards. That game. AJ Brown's gonna have 6.
This is the best. No, this is the best weekend.
He's gonna get a check. He's gonna get a check down in the first quarter, and that's it. Like I'm saying, he's gonna get a screen in the first quarter, and that's it.
Oh man,
it gotta happen this weekend. That's why I'm so high on.
Yo, it's all Sunday's gonna be crazy, man. It's a 3:00 game and then a 6:30 game this Sunday, man. We're going up to Harlem.
Both games are Sunday.
Yeah, we're gonna. Me and you gonna be. I'm gonna come for.
What y'all gonna do?
I'm gonna hang. Yo, you wanna? I'm gonna FaceTime you.
What you say? You wanna come?
What y'all doing? I'm pulling up. What y'all doing?
I'm FaceTiming. He's pulling up on FaceTime.
Yeah,
I gotta start driving now so I could be there by that time. Like,
now we're going up to Harlem. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we'll talk after the show. But
we're gonna be uptown.
Okay.
Yeah. We talk. Yeah. But but it's a good show, man. It's I'm excited, man. We're gonna get these callers going. Real. I think maybe next week we're gonna debut the callers.
We're gonna do Knicks talk or what?
Yeah, want to do some Knicks talk, or you wanna kill it for today?
No. I think we've given the viewers enough, unless they.
We'll come back with the Knicks shit. We'll come back with the Knicks shit. Maybe pop back in Sunday, maybe something like that. Sunday, Monday. Monday?
We
pop back
gotta
in Sunday.
Sunday,
Monday,
man.
Monday, 'cause
We got-
Monday. Let's do
yeah,
Monday.
Sunday's the game.
Yeah, we'll pop
Sunday's
back
the
in
game.
Monday. You know, we'll talk
We'll be
more
back.
about
We'll be back, ladies.
Unless we do we got to do one of these days. We got to do a like a late night right after like the latest game. Like
Yeah.
a pajama joint, like you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
yeah,
we-
what?
like a
right,
nightcap
Niggas ready
joint.
to
yeah,
sleep.
like a
Like,
nightcap.
niggas ready to
Yeah,
sleep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just pop in and show some
I'm
love.
down for that.
We
That's a
should
smart
definitely do
idea.
that like Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Definitely rock out in the Super Bowl for sure.
Nah, I think we could do that. Like, just I think we could. I think that's a good idea. Let's throw the ideas up.
I'm gonna be too
you know what
wet
I mean?
Sunday though to fucking.
Hey, yo, all right, that's it.
For-
Ladies and gentlemen, yo, thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you guys
we
for hanging out.
appreciate y'all.
I'm gonna sip this last shot. Yo, Jay, can you take us out, please?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen,
This shit, look,
take a shot
now I'm
real quick.
feeling
Yo,
awkward
I'm gonna be on
online.
pause patrol because y'all had some suspect shit too. I was letting y'all ride.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Pause. That was crazy.
The
Pause.
God said y'all would beat you wet.
Yo. Oh man.
shit.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna be lit though Sunday, so I don't know if I can
Yeah.
jump on.
All right,
All right, we'll talk about it.
Yo, Jay, take us
Jay,
out.
take us
Gentlemen,
out of there.
yo, it's so good to be back. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's healthy. Yo, you know, we got the new project with Underdog Sports, so it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? We making it so. Enjoy. I'm drunk right now.
Word out.
Take a shot.
Bravo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Real Sports Talk. You know,
Peace.
checking in for the host. You know, you got Cash, you got Q, and you got me.
Let's
Peace.
go. Peace.